Hey, this is Emily from Emily Plans Life. Today I'm going to be setting up my Happy Planner for March, and I thought I would show you how I do that. For the first 2 months, I've been using these discs that are really pretty metal blue discs, but they are snowflakes, and I'm kind of done with winter. Sure, I'm not the only one, so I'll be switching that out. Probably going to switch out this cover because I've also used it for a couple months. I've got all of my classic size discs in this little art bin. This was from Joann's and I got it for probably 40 or 50% off, and it works really well. So I'm going to keep these out while I look through some covers. I use the expander disc to put all my old planner covers on, and then that way I can just kind of flip through them and see what I might want to use. So let me do that. This one's really nice. This is kind of springy. Maybe we'll go with that. I'll go ahead and take this out just in case I want to use it. And you know, sometimes I don't end up reusing any of these, but I really like having the choices in there in case I do. This would also be a really good one for spring. So that's a maybe. Take it out. Here's my OG one. This is the first one my first Happy Planner cover. Alright, so yeah, I really like that one too. I think I'm going to go with one of the two that I picked out, but another way I have these kind of set up is on these expander discs. So these I've got set up by seasonal. The way I go through this is I've got them by month, and then so when I have cute ones that came out of seasonal planners and stuff like that, I tuck them in here. I actually forgot to use this one for February. Would have been really cute. And then this was from last year's Be Happy box. I like the inside cover better than the outside, so that's why I have it put in here that way. But we are in March, and so I may use that. Nothing's jumping out at me as something I have to use though. So all right, so let's pick one of these like that. Maybe let's go with this one. And then now I've just got to find some discs that will look pretty with it. So I do like metal disc a lot, but I don't mind plastic ones. I mean, there's a lot more choices, of course, in plastic ones. So let's see. Sometimes I go through, you know, it's kind of fun to like find ones that really coordinate with what I have, and then sometimes you come up with some unexpected combinations that actually really work. So let's try that. Some of these, you know, came in like rainbow, like, you know, some of them are all one color, one design, and then others came together. So I just, like, I've got all my pinks and purples in this one, greens and blues here, and of course there's always a million black and gold. But I kind of like that. It's bright, it's pretty, and this one makes it easy because I have all the things that goes on here, so don't have to hunt around trying to find a set. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna latch this back so it does not fall. That would be a mess. And then just gonna kind of dismantle this one and put these things in here. So let's put this one here. Really like how this fits in here. Okay, so first up I've got my name page and my perpetual calendar, my birthdays, and my little list of things to do when I'm planning. So we'll put these in the new one. Do you guys decorate your name page? I think it's fun. I really liked doing that last year, and so I did again this year. Next up is my don't forget kind of pre-planning inbox area. So I always have a like a to-do list here. So these are still working for me. These are all kind of things that are still current. And then I've got, you know, my continuing education and other things in here. So this is all working. Pop this in. And then my first section is my dashboard planner. So this is my everyday stuff. So this is the planner that I use for planning my to-dos and keeping up with our life. So we'll put that here. This will be right after this. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and move February into where it's going to live. So this was the divider. I like to have a bookmark for each section. So that's the one I was using this month. So we'll take this, go ahead and put it back in the planner where it lives. And I'm done with that one. Next up, I use these pages from the Happy Planner they made a few years ago for my pre-planning, since I Frankenplan and don't have all those months in my current planner at all times. So this works really well for me. And I keep those at the very end of my month. Put those in. I can keep up with future appointments and, you know, vacation dates and stuff like that. Okay. Next up, I've got my divider. And this is like my health section. So been trying to keep up with that as best I can. Not great at it, but I'm really trying, and mostly it's because I think this planner is so gorgeous and I just wanted to use the dividers really bad. So, all right, so this section's gonna come out and go back into its permanent home. And then we'll take March out and put it in here. Here's March. Give yourself room to grow. So pretty. Okay. Okay, so next up, I keep this little page in here. I actually need to update this, but this is whenever I do like some sort of an exercise or yoga or something like that. This is for or from EliseJoy.com. She's a blogger I've been following forever. So I would like to keep that in there, and then I'm just using a different marker for each month. Today is the 26th, so I've got some updating to do there, but that's fine. We'll worry about that in a minute. Next up is a section that, I'll be honest with you guys, not sure if I'm going to keep. I'm not a great journaler. That's just not something that I've ever been good at. And so I want to do it, but I don't really. So I put a few in there thinking that maybe I would do it like a couple days a month or something like that, but I haven't been very successful. One thing I did make though is this cute little vision board. Not sure that I've shown that because I made it after the beginning of the year, but I do like having that in there, so for sure I'll keep that. I just made that on the back of 2 dividers, cut the little tab off, and then this one I chose a pattern. This actually really went like this, and then I cut the tab off because this was a pattern that looks good in either direction. So those are in there. And then this is the section that I haven't really been using. So I used this for January, didn't write anything, wrote February on there, still haven't done anything. And this is from one of those guided journals. So I'm going to keep this in here, you know, for March, and maybe I'll do something with it. And if I don't, may reevaluate before April. So again, this was another divider I was using. These are from the Grateful Heart collection that came out last year. And then the next section, I've been using it sort of like as goals, like different things that I'm trying to do. I kind of feel like it's a little bit redundant too. I'm not sure I'm going to keep up with it, but I had bought a plum planner, and so this was just my idea of what to do with it. Again, maybe reevaluating the need for this one at the end of March, or maybe I'll just decide that I don't really need it anyway. I do like the paper from this plum paper, but this is the goal planner, and I don't know, some of this I don't really need something daily for goals. I guess maybe a different format, or even just like a little sheet that I filled in. Something like that might actually work better for me. So you live and you learn, right? Okay, next up is my creativity section. This is where I keep up with things that I'm working on. You know, I am a scrapbooker, and so I have different projects that I'm working on. I like to keep up with reading, trying to do better about doing my nails, weekly-ish and stuff like that. And this is kind of, I guess this is kind of weird, like, or this is where this comes in, and I wonder if it's necessary or not. Some of the things that I keep up with in my, in my health one, and then some of the ones I keep up with in this creativity journal, I guess some of those things are my goals, and so this one from plum paper seems a little bit, that's where it feels a little redundant, even though I kind of like having one place for all of that to be. You know, that makes sense to me, but I'm not sure that I'm like really using it that much, so we'll see. Okay, so this is February. You can go back. This is the monthly layout that I use for creativity. I've been doing this for probably a couple of years now, and it really works well. So I've got like things that I want to keep up with. Like I like doing themes for my planner every week, and then other goals that I have, books that I've read for the month. So I'm keeping up with all of that in there. And then let's see. These are just some other pages I've used, though. Like I follow Sharon Says So on Instagram, and some classes and different things that I want to keep up with. I have those all right here. And then under me time, so sometimes, like I showed you that little rainbow divider that said that was from a March planner. Sometimes I swap this out if there's something like super cute and seasonal that I really want to use, but I think I'm okay with just leaving this one as is. And you've probably noticed a couple of my frosted dividers. I've got Post-it notes still, so as I went through and set up this planner for this year, I had Post-it notes really on all of these of things I wanted to add or do for each section. So I've been slowly working on those, but have a couple of other things. This was just my ideas, like I've done those things in there, but anyway, so still working on a plant tracker. So I have a little plant section, and although I haven't done that yet, I did make a list at the front of my planner in my inbox area. I made a list of all of my plants, and started kind of thinking about like what I want to write in there, like special notes, how deep they should be, like how dry they need to be before I water them, how often I water. And I've actually got these checklist sheets. I think it would be really cool to like list them over here and then put dates and then put a check mark if I watered them or not. Okay, some of them need to be done weekly, some of them probably more often, but that would be a way for me to keep up with that. Okay, so I've got March set up. I do need to find some dividers, so let me go grab those. I'll be right back. Okay, so honestly, I may just stick with what I've got, but these ones from the Grateful Heart collection, so I may use those again. They're all a set, so you've got 3 tabs at the top, but just want to flip through and see what else I have. I like that one for spring. That's kind of fallish to me. I don't know. Let's see. I'm sure like me probably have a ton of these things too, and you just kind of move them around. I try to get some use out of them all because honestly, I really have a lot of pretty ones, and I like to see them all, but sometimes you just find ones that really work, like those Grateful Heart ones, or you're just really into them for a while, and so you kind of stick with those for a minute, and then change it out when you're ready. So also like these, I think these are real pretty. They're kind of, they could be for spring. Oh, and these two. Maybe we're doing some flower stuff. We could probably use those, so we'll see. Okay. This goes here, and then let's decide. So we could do, this says embrace your own pace, just bloom, and she loves the smell of coffee, bloomed roses, and new beginnings. So these would actually really be pretty up here. So yeah, okay, we'll go with these. All right, so we're gonna march, and y'all, I am not going to go wild, but I did have some stickers, and that was one of the themes, so I thought it was kind of fun. For my health one, we'll go mark this, and then I've been using this in that plum paper one, the last one here, because my creativity one, it doesn't really matter, like that one's done by subject, not by date, so I don't need to mark a certain spot for that. Okay, all right, so I guess that is it. I am ready for March. So in the comments, I'd love to know what you think about this. Do you switch up your planner every month? Do you leave it as is? Are you a Frankenplanner? So let me know, and have a great day. If you don't already, please subscribe over on the side there so you can see more videos from me on YouTube, and follow me on Emily Plans Life.